Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for, this is your May bonus reading, and we are going to jump right in here. You have this Leo card. It says courage. It says boost your courage so you can put yourself out there in a bigger way. You have this wave of emotions card. It says a new experience will enter your life that will stir a wave of emotions. There you go. So if you put yourself out there in a bigger way, Cancer, then you will experience a wave of emotions. So I would make sure that you're putting yourself out there in a bigger way. The other thing that's popping into my head here, Cancer, I mean, come on, Cancer. It's like, it wouldn't be a Cancer reading without the Seven of Cups here. But the other thing that is jumping into my head is that some of you could be like expanding something to like the next level. It's like I see you becoming, it's like you're actually becoming less specific in a weird way, which, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, Cancer, but it's like sometimes like, it's like they say in business, for example, that being hyper specific can make you more money. It's like obviously like, a surgeon makes a lot of money, but a brain surgeon makes even more money because they do something specific, right? So like normally the conventional wisdom is to get very hyper specific in business. But I don't know, like I feel like in work or business that you could be reaching new audiences or like new customers or something. You even have the world coming up in the area of your closest relationships, and there's something about that to this reading. So like if you have a business or even in your career, like if you're thinking about reaching out to a new group of people, I feel like there could be a huge opportunity. Or if you're like, it's like you could be making your business communications more general so that it could apply to more people. And again, trust me, as a YouTuber who has multiple YouTube channels, I will tell you that like all the conventional wisdom on YouTube is to get very specific, right? And so normally I wouldn't give that advice, but I don't know, and this might make sense to you. So if it does, then I would definitely do it. You have the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles can be like a big opportunity, clearly, that's coming in for you. The Ace of Pentacles actually can be a little bit scary because right here under this archway, there are some mountains in the background of the Ace of Pentacles. It basically says that you have an opportunity that's coming in that is going to require some effort. And so, sometimes I think we can come up with an idea and then we can be like, oh my God, this is going to be so much work for me to build this thing. And we're going to talk about this in a second, but your crossing energy is a tower. So this could be something that is like either similar or related to something that you have tried in the past with that tower. And that could also be bringing up this like just like a tiny little bit of fear that I feel on the Ace of Pentacles, because it's like, obviously, if you spent a lot of time building something in the past and it didn't work out, and now you're about to do it, and it caused a tower moment in your life, and you're about to do it again, that could be a little scary. But again, I think this is going to be a good opportunity, clearly, based off this reading. You also have this garden here on the front of the Ace of Pentacles. And the garden on the Ace of Pentacles represents needing to nurture something into existence. So we really have to take care of the Ace of Pentacles. We have to like treat it like a baby and make sure we raise it into existence. And if we do that, we will be a lot more successful with this card. But, definitely a very good card. Your crossing energy is the Tower. So like I said, it kind of just gives me the vibes that you're about to do something that you've done before and it just didn't work out the first time. The good news about the Tower is that these people have been ignoring reality and now they're like coming back down to reality. I'm sure you've all had this experience, right? Where it's like you get really excited about an idea. Could be work, could be love, could be business, whatever. You get really excited and then you get started and you realize like what it's actually going to take, right? That is the Tower, right? Where you kind of like start something, then you get slapped by reality. You're like, oh my God, this is going to be much more than I thought it was. There's much more involved in this project, or there's much more to do. But, I think this is something that you should that you should get over, right? I have no other way to say it, Cancer, other than get over it, Cancer, because I think that if you can just tell yourself like, yeah, sure, this new opportunity that's coming in, it's going to require some effort, but it will be worth it. If I put in the effort, and yeah, I had these tower moments in the past, but guess what? You learned from those tower moments, and as long as you realize that, I feel like you will be fine on any new opportunities. Again, I don't think this is a tower moment that's coming in for you. I think this is just, all those times in the past where you invested energy into something and it didn't work. So that's kind of what I get here. The other thing is that we have this lightning bolt striking the top of the tower, and that can represent like a light bulb moment. But I'm kind of getting a weird message here. It's almost giving me like Queen of Wands energy, because the Queen of Wands, when she's starting a journey, she has to like learn as she goes. That's like part of the Queen of Wands. And I kind of feel that here with the tower, where it's like if you are getting an opportunity for anything in your life, you could be thinking to yourself like, oh, this is going to be, I don't know. That's it. Like, I don't know what to do. But I feel like the tower is like saying, no, like you will learn as you go. You will figure it out. Next, in the area of your thoughts or what's on your mind, you have the devil. So the devil is obviously toxic energy, or feeling like something is toxic. Number one, if you are in any situation at all and you feel like it's toxic, it probably is. So the devil is usually an energy drainer in our life. Right? The devil is like an energy vampire, and it doesn't have to be a person. It could be your job. It could be a place that you go. It could be your diet. It could be, anything that you're doing. So if you are lacking energy with something, I kind of do feel that this part of the reading is saying you need to make sure to trust your mind. You need to trust what you are thinking with the devil. Also with the devil, I would start thinking more positively, of course. The devil can just represent a bad habit. And so coming up in the area of what's on your mind or your thoughts, you could be thinking too negatively about things that you're doing. And obviously that could prevent you from doing things that you want to do, right? So I think you need to think more positively with the devil showing up here. It kind of makes sense with the Seven of Cups in your foundation. You always get the Seven of Cups with me, Cancer. I feel that some of you are thinking about something and you might be fantasizing a little bit too much about it. He's looking at some sort of fantasy or dream that he has in his life, and he is thinking about all the good things and bad things that could happen, but that's it. And that is really the problem with the card, is that he's not doing anything, right? He's just thinking. And so I kind of feel that if you have been fantasizing or thinking about something, the Seven of Cups to me always says go and find out what is actually going to happen. It's like, of course, good things and bad things can always happen with anything that we're doing. The Tower, I think, should actually be giving you confidence, because the Tower says you've learned. You know what reality looks like. The whole point of the Tower is they've come down to reality. Yeah, sure, it probably sucked, right? The Tower isn't always comfortable, and so maybe that's why you're hesitating on getting started on something new or moving in a new direction. But I feel that, number one, you've learned with the Tower. You have new knowledge. And number two, again, this could be, sure, there could be bad things that happen if you get started in a new direction, or it could be amazing, and it could be exactly what you're dreaming. And so I think thinking more positively and, moving your thoughts in a more positive direction is really what this card wants you to do. Next, in your past position, you have this Hold Your Vision card and this A New Start is Coming card. Yeah, clearly, the whole entire reading is about a new start. The Seven of Cups would be your vision. Again, you might want to correct your vision a little bit. You might want to make sure that whatever you're dreaming of or imagining is, in the affirmative, is in the positive direction. And so, but, again, I also think you need to believe that you can manifest this dream with the Seven of Cups. Whatever the dream is, doesn't really matter. You have the Death card. Again, this kind of makes sense with the Tower. You definitely could have experienced some sort of transition or transformation. The crown is falling off the top of the Tower, and on the Death card, the King is dead underneath this Death Rider here. And the Death card, the King being dead, says that even kings die. So what it basically represents is that nothing lasts forever. Even things that we think are set in stone, sometimes they're not. It's like sometimes we can be in a relationship and it dies and we thought we were going to marry the person, but it doesn't, right? And so sometimes we are just wrong. And I don't know. I feel like I need to say that to you, Cancer, with that Seven of Cups. It's like, especially with the Tower, speaking of a past situation, I feel like you just need to realize, like, you know what? Sometimes we are just wrong, and that's part of life, and that's okay. But, the Death card represents the death of establishment. And we had Pluto go from Capricorn to Aquarius last year, and that transition time, going from Capricorn to Aquarius, that the cusp of Capricorn and Aquarius is the death of establishment. And so a lot, I think pretty much what I'm trying to spit out here is basically everyone on Earth probably experienced some sort of establishment, something they thought was secure or solid. They could have realized that it wasn't as solid as they thought it was, right? So, it's just kind of like the time that we're in. Next, in the area of your very near future, you have this Medusa card. It says jealousy leads to downfall. You have this Queen card. It says love and prosperity. I would be careful of your thoughts with that jealousy card. I don't even really feel like you're being jealous. I think that devil could just be a little stinking thinking going on there, Cancer. So I would make sure that you're thinking more positively. And I would focus on love and prosperity, right? And love doesn't necessarily mean a person. It can just represent you doing more of the things that you love. I would definitely start building those habits. Again, I always think of habits with the devil, because the devil could be bad habits, but it could also say, the opposite of that is good habits. The devil, I always say, like, tarot is like a spectrum, and tarot is energy that you have to work with. So the devil comes up and might say you have some negative thought habits or something like that, but it doesn't mean that you should just keep thinking negatively. Obviously, you should fix it, right? So again, I think that this is saying that you should fix those habits and maybe develop some good habits to bring more love or more happiness into your life or more prosperity. And if you do that, obviously, things will go well. You have the Four of Pentacles in the very near future. I actually don't feel too bad about this. I really don't like the Four of Pentacles, if I'm being honest with you, Cancer, but I don't feel too bad about it in your reading. It's and also based off your everything coming up in the future. That's mostly why I'm not worried about it. Like, if we had more stuck cards in your last row, I would be like, okay, this is you are stuck. But I kind of feel pretty good about it. It's like it is a foundational card. The tower always gets reduced down to its foundation, but the whole point of the tower is to rebuild your foundation stronger. So a lot of you actually could be kind of like rebuilding your foundations a lot stronger, or you could be improving your foundation. And again, it's like one of those things where obviously that takes time. So you could be spending this month building a solid foundation or building yourself up in some way, and I feel that would be pretty good for you. Next in your outcome row, you have this Come to the Edge card and this Observer card. Yeah, I think this is like the secret sauce for Cancer, is that Come to the Edge card. The Come to the Edge card kind of represents pushing yourself to that point where you would normally give up on something and then going just a little bit further. You're kind of like just building your muscles, right? It's like if you want to build big muscles, you slowly increase weight over time, right? That you are lifting. And that is the Come to the Edge card. It says, anything that you want to accomplish, usually big things that we want to accomplish, we have a little bit of fear, right? So we have to exercise that fear muscle, and we have to take bigger and bigger risks. And I feel this is saying, don't rush, just push yourself just a little bit, see what happens, observe the result that you get, and then keep going. And I feel as long as you do that, your life will never be the same again, Cancer, to be cliche about it, right? But I really do feel that some of you have the opportunity to create like an exceptional life if you push yourself just that tiny little bit. Next, in the area of the next few months, you have the Six of Cups, which is amazing. The Six of Cups, a lot of people read it as a past person. Really, it's a card of innocence and nostalgia, so it doesn't really represent a past person coming back. What I would say is like Cancer is like children. There are two children on this card, so I feel that you are feeling more like yourself over the next few months. You could be feeling more playful, you could be getting more curious or being more joyful, and I feel all those things would be amazing for you with this card, Cancer. The Six of Cups can also be a gift from the universe, and usually the gift we receive from the Six of Cups is a turnaround, meaning that we've been bumping up against an obstacle, and when we get the Six of Cups, we experience, some sort of turnaround in our life, which is usually a good thing with this energy. The other thing I'm getting here is that I do feel like some of you could be getting something that you're going to want to protect. It could be a relationship. This is not really a love reading, Cancer, but if you are attracting a person, I think this is one of those connections that would be worth protecting for like the next few months. And what I mean by that is like, avoid those negative people in your life. It's like if you have people who always speak negatively about relationships. I would be careful of that. Maybe this is something that you don't want to talk about on social media, right? Maybe this is something that you want to keep close to your chest for now. And I kind of get that feeling for whatever reason on the Six of Cups. I mean, it is a card of protection. They are being protected by the castle walls on this card. So, it kind of makes sense. Next, in the area of your closest relationships, which is all relationships, you have the World card, which is great. The World can, number one, say that you are like traveling, or maybe you're going on vacation and meeting people, which is great. The World can also say that there are just a lot of people who want to be around you, which is also great. And the World is a good card, so it would be a good thing. The World can also say that you are just putting yourself out there into the world, right? You are going and maybe building new relationships through going out, having fun, doing things with your life, all that other good stuff. And I would definitely do that. I also feel that there's something about like how you put yourself out to the world, which we kind of said at the beginning of the reading. It's like, I think, especially in work or business, you could be it's like you're expanding. Like I said, I still am not clear on that message. We will clarify, maybe we'll get more, but, I feel like you are kind of like generalizing something, which again, normally would be bad business advice. But I don't know, for whatever reason, I feel like it's a good thing with the World card. So whatever, I would do it. I also feel like you could be feeling on top of the world here, Cancer. It's like coming up in this position, it could be like a lot of attention from people, and you could be feeling like you're on top of the world. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Four of Cups. I feel kind of like good, bad about this card at the same time. It's like on one hand, I'm feeling dissatisfaction on this card. Like I feel that intuitively that some of you it's like things are going well. It's not like this isn't an amazing reading by any means, but it's also not a bad reading. It's kind of like a general reading. It's just like generally average, I would call it, right? And so I kind of feel maybe over the next few months even, that it's like something is missing, or it's like you're seeking something with the Four of Cups. And, so I kind of feel not bad about it, but, it's just like you're kind of dissatisfied. But also that is why I feel good about it, because usually dissatisfaction is the thing that can motivate us to become successful. So even if you are feeling dissatisfied, I also feel that this could be the thing that is motivating you to like go find what you're looking for. And so I kind of get that feeling. Your outcome is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is like blessings, so you could definitely be feeling blessed this month, or you could feel like you're receiving blessings. Same thing with that Six of Cups. The Six of Cups can be like a gift from the universe. So some of you could be feeling like you're getting a gift or receiving gifts from the universe, and that's pretty much all I feel on the Hierophant, is that you could be feeling blessed this month. So let's get some more detail here, Cancer, and that didn't work at all. So let's try that again. Let me give this a good shuffle so that it actually wants to spread on the table, right? But let's see. Okay. With the Tower and the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Five of Swords. Yeah, some of you could be walking away from things that no longer serve you with the Tower card. You could have already cut something out of your life, and I feel this is saying, like, keep moving forward. Sometimes I think we make a decision and we kind of, look back, like he's looking back over his shoulder, and maybe he's wondering to himself, did I make the right choice? And I feel like the answer to this reading is yes. You made the right choice if you walked away from something, or if you let something go, especially if it was a Tower moment. I feel this is saying, like, of course you made the right decision. With the Devil, you have the Ten of Wands. Yes, see, here's the thing about the Ten of Wands, is like some of those wands are good. Some of those wands might be bad. So with the Devil, the Ten of Wands, he is burdened by these 10 wands. Now, personally, I like the Ten of Wands because he's about to reach his home in the background here. So he is about to have a harvest. So like I said, not all of those wands are bad for you, Cancer, but I would definitely look at, if you are drained or if you don't have energy, I would look at the things that are like really holding you back, that are really slowing you down, and I would get rid of some of those things, right? And that's what I would do there. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Emperor. I think I said this to you recently. It's like you have to take the lead here, the Emperor is about taking control and taking the lead in taking control of an opportunity. He's sitting here on his throne, but he has his armor on underneath his cloak, and it basically says that he is ready to go at a moment's notice. So the whole point of the Emperor is that he's not really doing anything, but then like when an opportunity is presented, he jumps on it. He takes it. He doesn't overthink it with the Seven of Cups, right? So the Seven of Cups can, sorry, I'm about to sneeze. Maybe not. But the Seven of Cups can say that you are overthinking opportunities when they are in front of you. And so I do feel this is saying, like, don't overthink some sort of opportunity. Take the lead, take control, make it happen. With the Death card, you have the Moon. Actually pretty good. I like the Moon in past positions because it would suggest that you are entering into like a sun period or a period of clarity or a period of understanding like what your next step should be. So I feel like you are much more clear on your direction. I also feel this is saying like see something through to the end. Like if you are working on a project right now or a business or an idea, the Moon is part of the Fool's journey, and the Fool has to get to these mountains. And those mountains, again, just like the Ace of Pentacles, those mountains are a little bit of an obstacle, but the mountains also represent an achievement. It's like, where do you get the best views, right? On top of a mountain. So, it's worth it to put in the effort with something. Again, I kind of really feel that's what this reading is saying, especially with that Tower card. I feel like you are looking at something you want, Ace of Pentacles, Emperor, and you're wondering, if I invest in this, am I going to get what I want? And I would say yes. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Hierophant. Again, blessings coming in for you. I actually feel getting a break could be a blessing for you with that Four of Pentacles. That Four of Pentacles seems to me like a little bit of a break period, or it's like you're getting the opportunity to take a break, which could be very important for you. What I would say about the Hierophant as well is that this is like an education. The Hierophant is the teacher. I would even say that if you have that card that says a new start is coming, if you're starting anything new, you should, whatever the new thing is, I feel like you need to treat it as if it is 100% new, because it is. It's almost like you're going back to school. I'm not like literally, but you could be, but I'm speaking more figuratively here. It's like if this is a person, they are probably not like anyone you've ever met. So I feel this is like a learning experience. Same thing with like a job or a business. It's probably not like anything that you've done before. So you're gonna have to take the time to learn it, and I feel the Hierophant is saying it's worth it. With the Six of Cups, you have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, like I said, the Moon in the past can represent you getting clarity now. And the Queen of Swords, she only has clouds halfway up her body on the card. And the whole point of the clouds is that she is finally seeing clearly for the first time. And the other thing is that she has her back to the past in the reading. So a lot of you could finally be getting clarity, or you could be finally seeing like where your blessings are, or like what your blessings are, like what would be a blessing for you. And when we know what our blessings are, we can go and get them. So good. With the World card, you have the Four Wands. Yeah, I feel something about love here. Not really a love reading, right? But I do feel it a little bit. So if you are looking for love, you could be meeting a person that you marry. Could be just a commitment. Again, I always say with the Four Wands, like we don't have to marry the person. It could just be a commitment that's coming in for you. This could be from a distance as well, Cancer, because you have the World. And, so the World could be like something long distance or something like that. Now, here's one thing I will tell you, like one warning that I will give you, is that we will have Neptune retrograding back into Pisces. The problem with long distance and also Neptune and Pisces is that the fantasy becomes more attractive than the reality. So, what I'm trying to spit out here is I always say, we'll never have to deal with this again because we'll all be dead next time Neptune comes back to Pisces. But, if you get into something this year, it's like you need to say, this is what needs to happen. Like the problem with long distance is seeing each other, right? And the problem with Neptune and Pisces is that you get stuck in the fantasy and you never meet the person. So if you're gonna do this, if this is for you, you need to say like you need to tell yourself like if I don't meet this person within 4 months or whatever the number is for you, then I need to move on because then it's not a reality, right? And you have to like be very kind of like you have to stick to what you say. So that's what I'll say. But it does look good. With the Four of Cups, you have the Two of Pentacles. It's like time to make a choice here, Cancer. It's like if you are dissatisfied, Two of Pentacles is work hard, play hard. I would be careful of distracting yourself this month as well with the Two of Pentacles. You know, it's like from a decision that you know you need to make. I feel like I've been saying this to you recently. It's like I don't really feel like you're gonna have regrets. I don't think I don't think the universe will ever like stop us from having something that we would regret if we missed out on it, right? Like I think the universe gives us the opportunity. And but I am kind of getting that energy where it's like if you're thinking about starting a business and you're saying to yourself, I'll do it, I'll do it next week. I'll do it when my kids leave the house. I'll do it when this happens. I'll do it when that happens. I feel the Two of Pentacles is saying like, no, do not miss this opportunity. You need to make sure that you start putting a little bit of effort into something that's going to be important for you. Here you go. With the Hierophant, you have the High Priestess. So these are divine counterparts. To me, the Hierophant and the High Priestess are better divine counterparts than the Emperor and the Empress because they are more like spiritually guided. It's like a more spiritual connection. So there definitely could be a very spiritual connection coming in for you. That could also be a mixture between like your intuition and the Hierophant. He communicates with both sides, heaven and earth. So he's able to take intuitive messages and like bring them down to earth. So a lot of you could be doing that. You have this pineapple card. It says reconciliation on it. I don't really feel like, this card is not like someone coming back from the past. It can just be that the universe is bringing you energy from the past. So like if you missed out on something or, if you didn't get paid for some work that you did in the past, that could be happening here. You have this horseshoe. It says good luck. Yeah, like I really feel luck is on your side with whatever the Seven of Cups is. Like whatever you're fantasizing about, there's probably a lot more luck involved with the situation. So, I feel it could be very lucky. I would go for it. You have this Fox card. It says shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Yeah, the Seven of Swords comes up for almost like everyone, and I've been saying to everyone for like 2 years where the Seven of Swords keeps coming up that we have to be shrewd, resourceful, tactical in business, all those things. So if you do that, you'll be great. You have this gavel. It says involvement with the law. I feel this could be justice. Like if you are involved in the law or if you have been dealing with something, you could be getting justice. You have this ant card. It says work, achievement, success. Yes, definitely a lot of achievements coming in for you here. You have the world, which is the card of achievement. So, and the Ace of Pentacles could be a future achievement. So, yes. But this looks amazing, Cancer. I like it. So, thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.